Welcome again, dear students. Now in this video we learn about the merits and limitations of joint Hindu family business and where this business is suitable. Let's start with the merits. First point is effective control, limited liability of co-partners, sense of cooperation and loyalty, and business continuity. So let's learn one by one. Effective controls. Decision making power lies in the hands of the eldest member of the family, who is known as Karta. He controls the entire business and decision making authority lies in his hands. This helps to avoid any type of conflicts among the members of the family, and this facilitates prompt and flexible decision making. Secondly, the liability of co-partners is limited. Except Karta, the liability of all the co-partners is limited to their share in the business. In case of heavy losses, all the co-partners are liable to make the payment only up to the amount of their amount of their share in the family business, family property. But the liability of the Karta is unlimited, that is, in case of heavy losses, only Karta is liable to pay off and cover up the entire losses using his personal assets and personal property also. Third merit is there is always a sense of cooperation and liability among the members. See, they are all family members. They have emotional interest in each other. Members of the family together run the business as this is a joint family, and this creates a sense of loyalty among each other. Growth of business is linked with the achievements of the family, and this helps in ensuring better cooperation from all the members. So there is a sense of belongingness, sense of love for the family members. They are all emotionally attached to each other. They are all blood related. They are undivided, which develops a sense of loyalty and cooperation between the co-partners. Then business continuity. In case of death of Karta, the next eldest member of the family becomes Karta. Hence, business operations are not affected with the death of the Karta. So these are few merits of joint Hindu family business. Now let's focus on what are the limitations. Unlimited liability of Karta. On the part of Karta, this becomes a limitation. Then limited resources, dominance of Karta, and limited managerial skills. Let's learn one by one. So first negative point is unlimited liability of Karta. See, all the members are enjoying the benefits of the business. They are all enjoying the property. They are all getting the profit, share in the profit. But in case of heavy losses, only Karta is liable to an unlimited extent. His liability is unlimited and his personal property can be used to repay the business debts. This is a negative point. Then limited resources. There is a problem of limited capital, as this type of a business is completely dependent on the ancestral property. Now, how much property is there, whether the business is a small scale business, large scale business, but they are confined to the property, to their share in the business. This reduces the scope of expansion because this is just a family business and no outsider is involved here. This limits the resources of the business, resources in the form of man, money, material, but here we are talking about the financial resources, and financial resources of the family are limited. Karta dominates. As I told you, Karta is the eldest member of the family, and Karta is the only one who is liable to take all the decision. Members of the family sometimes find it unacceptable that Karta individually manages the entire business. Moreover, even if the Karta discusses the decisions with entire family, still the ultimate decision making power lies in his own hands. So therefore, this may be unacceptable by the other members of the family, by the co-partners. This can result in dispute and conflict among the members, and this may result in the breakdown of the joint Hindu family business, because this business will be continued only if the family is joint. In case of conflicts, in case of confrontations, if the family gets divided, business itself cannot be called a joint family business, it will be stopped. Then managerial skills are limited. It is possible that Karta is not an expert in all the areas of management. This can result in poor decision making and affect the profitability of the business. Now let's see where is this type of a business is suitable. Just remember one thing. First of all, the main point is that family should be a joint family. It should not be a nuclear family, and family should inherit a family business. That is, they should have some ancestral property to be inherited. Members, where the members are interested in continuing the family business, only there they can follow. And when the limited resources are required, they are not going to carry out a large family business, then such type of a business can be formed. So I hope that this joint Hindu family business, the second form of business organization, is clear to you. Tomorrow and in the next video, we'll learn about the other types of businesses. Thank you.